From our Toronto studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Zahra Syed. Our top story tonight. Iran's major airbase and nuclear site near the city of Isfahan were apparently targeted by an Israeli drone attack on Friday morning. In response, Iranian air defenses fired back, escalating regional tensions. Anonymous United States officials have confirmed Israeli involvement in the attack. Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani says the United States told G7 ministers that it received last-minute information from Israel's attack on Iran. Iran's state television and the United Nations nuclear watchdog confirmed that the Isfahan facility, which houses Chinese-supplied reactors, remained intact. Iran's Mehr news agency said 3 drones were destroyed in the skies above Isfahan. Explosions in Syria and Iraq have also been reported at the same time. Syria's state-run Sana news agency reports Israel carried out a missile strike on an air defense unit in the south, over 900 miles west of Isfahan, that caused material damage. G7 foreign ministers are urging de-escalation, as are Russia, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates, while Jordan has condemned actions that risk regional war. The escalation began when Israel killed 16 people after targeting Iran's embassy in Damascus on April 1st. This was followed by retaliation by Iran, which launched a barrage of missiles and drones at Israel on April 13th, injuring 1 person in southern Israel, but resulting in no fatalities. The United States, the United Kingdom, and France have assisted Israel's defense, intercepting 99% of the projectiles.
Abbiamo ribadito anche il no all'offensiva militare israeliana a Rafah e continuiamo a ribadire che il nostro obiettivo è quello di avere 2 stati per 2 popoli. Io ho voluto subito che ci fosse un messaggio chiaro da parte di tutto il G7. L'obiettivo politico del G7 si chiama de-escalation.
The United States House of Representatives has voted overwhelmingly in favor of condemning Iran's latest attack on Israel. However, 13 Democrats and 1 Republican voted against the resolution. Amongst them were progressive lawmakers Representatives Jamal Bowman and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. They have expressed concern about an escalation of violence and the need for a balanced approach. On the Republican side, Representatives Greg Casar condemned Iran's attack but spoke out against further escalation. Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, who is on the Judiciary Committee and Budget Committee, criticized the resolution for not addressing Israel's previous actions and that it could exacerbate tensions. Jayapal stressed the importance of de-escalation to prevent a major regional conflict. But despite the differences of opinion, the majority of the House of Representatives supported the resolution. They also reaffirmed their condemnation of Iran's actions, as well as their ongoing defense of Israel. The United States has announced new sanctions on 16 individuals and 2 entities linked to Iran's drone program following Iran's recent retaliatory attack on Israel. The sanctions also target executives of an engine manufacturer supplying drones used in the attack. Additionally, 5 companies providing materials to Iran's steel industry and subsidiaries of Iranian automaker accused of supporting the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps face sanctions. 3 subsidiaries of Iranian automaker Bahman Group were also targeted. The Commerce Department has tightened controls on Iran's access to certain technologies. President Joe Biden has reaffirmed the U.S. commitment to Israel's security. He has also vowed collective action with G7 allies against what he and other allies of Israel describe as Iran's destabilizing activities. Iran's retaliatory airborne attack on Israel following Israel's bombing of Iran's embassy in Damascus on April 1st saw most missiles intercepted by the United States, Israel, and other allies. Israeli airstrikes on civilian homes in Gaza have killed more than 12 Palestinians, leaving many wounded and 15 missing under rubble. Attacks targeted refugee camps and residential areas. Wafa news agency reports these include Shati, Sheikh Radwan, and Nusayrat localities. Last night, 4 Palestinians were killed during a strike on the Al-Jazar family house near the Sheikh Radwan Bridge in Gaza City. Another air raid was reported in Beit Lahia, north of Gaza. The civil defense announced its crews pulled out 4 bodies and 3 injured after a massive airstrike on the Al-Sir family house west of Gaza City. Secretary of State Antony Blinken blames Hamas for putting impediments in the Gaza ceasefire. He claims Hamas has rejected what he called generous proposals from Israel. Meanwhile, Israeli aircraft has struck a Hezbollah military structure with fighters inside of it in the town of Aita Ashab in southern Lebanon, according to the Israeli military. As well, the Israeli military went into Nur Shams refugee camp late Thursday night in the West Bank. Reports said that in 12 hours of raids, they have destroyed roads, buildings, shops and houses, and tore up sewage lines. At least 33,970 people have been killed and 76,770 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7th. The death toll in Israel from the Palestine resistant group's October 7th attacks stands at 1,139, with dozens captives held in Gaza. The United States has vetoed a United Nations Security Council draft resolution demanding Palestine's full membership in the United Nations. The 15-member council gathered in New York to vote on a draft resolution authored by Algeria, recommending the admission of the State of Palestine. 12 countries voted in favor with 2 abstentions, including the United Kingdom and Switzerland. The United States was the lone dissenter. Before the vote, Algeria's envoy to the United Nations, Omar Benjama, said it is time for Palestine to take its rightful place amongst the community of nations. He said United Nations membership will provide a fundamental expression to Palestinian self-determination. Palestine was accepted as an observer state of the United Nations General Assembly in 2012, allowing its envoy to participate in debates and UN organizations, but without a vote. States are admitted to membership in the United Nations by a decision of the General Assembly upon the recommendation of the Security Council, according to its charter. A council resolution needs at least 9 votes in favor and no vetoes by the permanent members, United States, Britain, France, Russia, or China, to pass. A member of Israel's far-right Torah Judaism party is advocating for the construction of a 3rd temple at the Al-Aqsa Mosque complex in occupied East Jerusalem. Yitzhak Pindrus expressed his hope that the Jewish people would soon be able to offer Passover sacrifices at the site, which holds significance for Jews and Muslims. His remarks coincide with the upcoming Passover holiday starting Monday night. Israeli officials have been making provocative statements regarding the site. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir proposed changes to the status quo, allowing Jewish worship at Al-Aqsa. Despite an Ottoman-era agreement permitting non-Muslim entry but not worship in Al-Aqsa, Israeli police have enabled settler incursions since 2003. This adds to the tensions surrounding Jerusalem's status, which remains disputed internationally since Israel's annexation of it in 1980. Israel occupied East Jerusalem, where Al-Aqsa is located, during the 1967 Arab-Israeli War. It annexed the entire city in 1980, a move never recognized by the international community. Ilhan, Omar's daughter, suspended, and 108 arrested for Palestine support. Details come after the break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Police in New York cleared pro-Palestinian students staging a sit-in at Columbia University. Video footage showed officers entering the campus and dismantling the encampment on the South Lawn. Despite warnings, some students refused to disperse, resulting in arrests. University President Minushi Shafiq claimed the sit-in posed safety concerns and suspended all participating students. Isra Hirsi, daughter of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, confirmed her suspension. She has vowed to continue protesting until demands, including divestment from companies complicit in investing in Israel and amnesty for all students, are met. The incident reflects escalating tensions surrounding Palestine solidarity movements on college campuses. The Council on American Islamic Relations is urging a hate crime investigation into pro-Israel leader Ezra Weinblatt. This follows Weinblatt's alleged assault on anti-war protesters outside the Israeli embassy. Wainblatt, a board member of the Jewish Community Relations Council of Greater Washington, faces charges of property destruction and assault. CARE is demanding full legal prosecution against Wainblatt, denouncing the violence by some pro-Israel extremists. The incident comes amid nationwide protests against Israel's war on Gaza, which has killed more than 30,000 Palestinians, mostly children and women. Israel's bombardment of Gaza also has caused widespread destruction in the region. The International Court of Justice has accused Israel of genocide, issuing an interim ruling for humanitarian aid to Gaza's civilians. Lawmaker Rashida Tlaib, alongside Representative Debbie Dingell, have reintroduced a resolution pushing for April to be designated as Arab American Heritage Month at the federal level. Tlaib emphasized the importance of recognizing the contributions of Arab Americans and ensuring their visibility in federal recognition. She highlighted their diverse roles, such as professionals and community members, saying they enrich Michigan's identity and the nation as a whole. The effort has garnered support from several Democratic representatives. President Joe Biden has previously recognized April as Arab American History Month during his tenure. Islamophobic crimes in Germany skyrocketed in 2023, totaling over 1,400 compared to 610 the previous year. The surge was revealed in a government reply to a lawmaker's inquiry. The increase coincided with Israel's war on Gaza, fueling tensions. Government spokesperson Stefan Hebestreit condemned the attack as absolutely unacceptable, emphasizing the need to protect Germany's Muslims. The Alliance Against Islamophobia and Anti-Muslim Hate have also noted a worrying intensification of anti-Muslim racism. Germany has the second largest Muslim population in Western Europe, with nearly 5.3 million Muslims residing in the country, 3 million of whom are of Turkish origin. Canada's Provincial Assembly of Ontario has decided to maintain a ban on keffiyehs, a checked scarf that has become a symbol of the Palestinian struggle. Speaker Ted Arnott, citing concerns about overt political statements, enforced the prohibition despite opposition from Premier Doug Ford. Ford argued against the ban, emphasizing its potential to deepen community divisions. However, Arnott defended the decision, referencing existing rules against political attire in the legislature. A motion to lift the ban was proposed by New Democratic Party leader Merritt Stiles and supported by Ford and Liberal Party leader. It failed to pass due to the requirement of the unanimous consent. The Keffiyeh ban extends to prosecutors, staff, and visitors, prompting ongoing debate over cultural expression and political symbolism within the legislature. Renowned political activist and independent presidential candidate Cornel West has chosen Melina Abdullah as his running mate. Abdullah is a prominent figure in the Black Lives Matter movement. Observers say her appointment underscores their shared commitment to justice and advocacy for a ceasefire in Gaza amid Israel's war on Palestine. West is known for his academic background and social activism. He is presenting their ticket as a progressive alternative to mainstream politics. Both candidates have emphasized their faith-driven motivations. Their joint platform prioritizes addressing domestic poverty and advocating for Palestinian rights. Despite facing fundraising challenges, West aims to appeal to voters who are disillusioned with major party candidates. Observers say Abdullah's selection as a vice presidential candidate highlights a growing trend of diverse representation in third-party politics. Abdullah is not the only Muslim to have considered running as a third-party contender in the presidential race. Until last month, progressive social media commentator Cenk Uygur was running as an independent Democrat. However, he ended his campaign as he faced a constitutional bar to the presidency because he was born outside of the United States. Dubai Airport has opened after heavy rains battered the United Arab Emirates and neighboring countries. Flash floods have now killed 20 people in Oman and 1 in the UAE. In Pakistan, intense rainfall over the past 3 days has resulted in the deaths of dozens of individuals, primarily farmers. On Sunday, at least 26 people were killed and several others injured after massive rains and lightning struck parts of northeast and southwest Pakistan. That's all from our Toronto studios tonight. Thank you for tuning in. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for the latest updates. Your support is needed more now than ever to continue our mission of providing informative, educational, and inspiring content to Muslims in North America and around the world. Donate now by calling 1-800-432-4262. You can also use the Zelle app for easy payments by sending to info@soundvision.com or visit muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV or visit muslimnetwork.tv. Assalamu alaikum and good night.